going? Happy Tuesday and welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. If you're new to my channel, hello, thank you for being here. My name is Sammy. On this channel, we do DIYs, upcycles, we do wood signs, and there's always tons of laughter. So if that's something that you'd be into, make sure to stick around. And with that said, let's go ahead and get straight into the DIYs for today. Okay, so for our first DIY, you guys, I am actually recycling this. I made this Lazy Susan when I first started YouTube. I will leave the link for it down in the description box for you. I actually spelled y'all wrong on it, so I sanded all of it down. I created this stencil from my Cameo. I'm using the 6x1 matte vinyl. Now, I get asked all the time, why do I use vinyl? Like, why do I paint instead of just using vinyl as a design? And it is because, you guys, I cannot guarantee the longevity of vinyl. I can, however, guarantee the longevity of something that I painted on. And if I'm gonna ask people to pay the price that I charge for my rounds or my Lazy Susans, I want to guarantee them years of this product. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to place this on our 15-inch wood round. Oh, and I did stain this American. Yeah, American. No, what is it called? Early American. Sorry, you guys. And if any of y'all, please let me know down in comments, what clear transfer tape do you use? This is Dollar Tree transfer tape, and it's horrible. It is horrible. I tried it in the past. Sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't. And in this case, it did not. So let me know what you use down in the comments. I would love to try something new. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and transfer this to our wood round. This is going to become our stencil, I guess you can say. And the stain was not all the way dry on top. So that is why you are seeing me have a difficult time getting my vinyl to stick to the wood round. All right, now we're taking Rust-Oleum Linen White. I'm taking a chip brush, and we are going to make this a just distressed paint job. I'm not trying to coat the entire wood round here, and I am only going to do one coat of the linen white. Now, after this, I am going to completely allow it to dry. Now I say that, but I did not wait very long for this to dry. So I go ahead and I weed all of our letters out, and it came out so good. However, you guys, I usually wait 24 hours to allow the chalk paint to cure before I clear it or before I sand it. However, I was in a time crunch and I did not wait, and you will see what happens. So I put 220 grit sandpaper. Do you see how it looks like it's just smearing the paint? Well, let me tell you, it is doing that. Usually it would not smear like it. The letters would still look super bright, but that's what you get when you try and rush things. All right, so right here, I am using the polyacrylic water-based to clear this Lazy Susan. 1, water-based will not yellow your paint. 2, polyacrylic is food safe if it properly cures. I put 2 coats of the polyacrylic on because I want this to be able to last. I want somebody to be able to set a cup on it, and if it sweats, it's not going to affect anything. If you get food on it, you're going to be able to wipe it down easily. So that is why I'm using polyacrylic versus the Helmsman Spar urethane. After we put the 2 coats and we let it dry, we are done with our Lazy Susan. Now this would make a beautiful sign if you wanted it to, but you guys, I thought fall, football kind of goes hand in hand, and I thought, how perfect would this be for football Sunday to set up on your bar in the kitchen or your coffee table with some appetizers and drinks on it. And then here you see it down below. And There we go. Lazy Susan. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments, and I'll leave the original video down below. All right, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that first DIY. Let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite out of all of the ones that we are doing today. In all honesty, I am filming this in advance, so I don't even know what I'm making for you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's awesome because like I'm kind of awesome sauce, so okay, I'm just kidding. But you guys, if you're digging me, if you're digging the channel, if you're digging the DIYs, then make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Make sure to comment down in the description box. I love reading y'all's comments. I love getting to know you guys down there. And you guys, I hope you're having an amazing week. And let's get right back into these DIYs. Okay, so this is another recycled DIY. I made this last fall, I think. So you guys know I love grapevine wreaths. They are so tightly wound that you don't really have to use hot glue with them. Of course you can, but I don't usually do that. So now taking some barn wood that I got free on Facebook Marketplace, I cut that down to size. Sorry, my kids are going crazy. And I am taking the linen white again. I am going to cover this pretty good because I am going to put lettering on here, wording, whatever you want to say. So I do paint the front and the sides. I do not do the back because we're not going to see that. After that's done, I take a stencil that I made from my Cameo. I'm using permanent vinyl, and the reason I'm doing permanent vinyl is because the adhesive on the back of it's stronger, so it'll grip better to this textured wood. So I'm going to peel that away. I am then going to take my stencil brush from Dollar Tree, as well as my rich black from Folk Art. So after we peel that back, and I'm using Vinyl Ease transfer tape, and I have all of my vinyl and stuff like that in my Amazon store linked down below. Now I'm just using a stippling effect on this. I only do one coat. That's all you need with this rich black by Folk Art. It is absolutely an amazing black chalk paint. I'm going to go ahead and allow this to dry, and then we will go ahead, go in, we're going to pull that back, and look, for as textured as this wood is, that came out pretty darn crisp. So I'll go ahead and weed those out. Now I'm going to take that piece of wood, I'm going to take some pipe cleaners, I'm going to take 4 in total, and we are going to just use an old school stapler, and I'm going to staple 2 to each side, just doing like a crisscross effect with the staples. And this is going to help us attach it to the grapevine wreath. So right here you can see all I'm doing is sticking those pipe cleaners through the branches. I'm going to do that on both sides. This is why I like the grapevine wreath, y'all. And then we're going to turn that around. And then I'm going to go ahead and tighten them. So you're just going to pull up on them, tighten them. And then once you get those tight, then you'll cut the excess off and then just kind of bend, you know, whatever's sticking up down. You could use any color pipe cleaner you got there. And then after we are done with that, we're going to flip it back over and we are going to start accessorizing. So these are lamb's ear. You get 2 picks for $2 at Walmart. I'm going to go ahead and start playing around with these. Now, again, you guys, I don't really use hot glue with grapevine wreaths. They are so tight that when I'm sticking these branches through, I mean, they are not moving because it's hard to push these through. And you guys, lamb's ear, you can turn the leaves on these to face whatever direction you want, which I love. So now I'm taking some sunflowers from Dollar Tree. These are more of like a creamy color versus a stark white. I'm going to go ahead and feed those in there. I think I used like 4 total. I'm not sure. Excuse me. All right. Then taking, see those little orange pumpkins I have on the side? They are the little speckled ones from Dollar Tree. I didn't have the cream colored ones. So what I do is I do 1 coat of white linen chalk paint. And I'm like, what am I doing? I was like, why am I not using the like baking soda and chalk paint? It's a lot thicker. It looks higher end. And you will see once I used, I think 4 pumpkins total, recycled the stems. They were nice and they were brown. So here you'll see as I'm coating this, this is the baking soda and white chalk paint mixed together, and it just takes the pumpkin up a notch. It just makes it look a little bit more upscale. You can't see all the lines of the styrofoam, and I just love the way it looks, and I really like the stark white. So now I'm going to feed this through our grapevine. Now, I don't know why, but I really liked the stark white pumpkins against the ivory colored sunflowers. My preference, I don't know. Now I'm just getting little dabs of hot glue. That way I can kind of put my leaves down where I want them, adjust everything to my liking. That is what is fun about wreaths. You can really just make them your own and play around with them. You could hot glue if you want to, but again, I don't usually do it. And this is our beautiful neutral fall wreath. I told you guys before, I'm not a wreath person, but since that last one I made with the flocking balls, I really like them, and they are rather easy to make. Now ask me to make a mesh wreath and that ain't happening, but this will. All right, you guys, I wanted to invite you to come over to my Shop with SAMMIE channel. I post there usually Mondays and Fridays, Dollar Tree hauls, thrift store hauls. I will leave the link for that channel down in the description box. All right, for this one, we're taking the Dollar Tree pumpkins. These are the ones that have the initials on them. I took them outside. I sanded the initials down because I knew they would be harder to cover if they were on there. So for this bigger pumpkin, I'm just taking Hazelnut by Waverly. I'm going to paint the front, the back, the sides. The entire pumpkin is going to get covered. Now, I took this inspiration from Hobby Lobby. I think everybody is probably going to remake this pumpkin trio, but I saw it first. No, I'm just kidding. All right, eating a chicken nugget that Everett didn't want, of course. Chicken nugget break time. All right, now I'm taking some white chalk paint, my chip brush. I'm hitting those sides really hard so that they pop and you can really see the definition of this pumpkin. And then I'm just going in with a dry brushing of that white chalk paint, just giving it a little bit more dimension and depth than just leaving it plain brown. Then, sorry you guys, I'm on my laptop. All right, then taking that white pumpkin, we are just going to paint the entire thing white. I wanted this a bright white, and you'll see we're going to do something else to this a little bit later. Now, these are the MDF pumpkins, and y'all, the paper peels off these easy peasy. All right, now taking these bubble stickers, that's what I call them. These are so easy, you guys, because they can move to any kind of shape you want them to be on. But I will say, I have used these quite a bit. They have a clear little strip in the middle of them. Now, when you paint over it, it will show. So I wanted this to look super clean, so I decided to cut the little clear part out of them. Now, you can just get bubble stickers and do them one by one, but this is how I decided to do it. So I'm going to feed these all the way around the pumpkin, and then I will cut the middles off of them. And then we are going to grab that white chalk paint once again and a stencil brush. I start painting it, and then I end up doing like a stippling effect because one, it helped me get around those like little beaded stickers, and two, it added a little bit of texture to the pumpkin, which I was really digging. So that's what I decided to go with. After that one is done, now we are going to take a stencil. We're going to take some painter's tape and tape off that bottom layer of the pumpkin. I have done this before in a previous video on a jar. I will link that down below for you guys as well, so you can check that out. We're going to put the stencil on top of here. Then we're going to get some painter's tape and tape it down on the sides so that it doesn't move. Take our Dollar Tree caulking, our silicone spatula, and we are going to rub that caulking down into the stencil. You want to make sure that you get a good healthy coat on this because you want all of that caulking to sit down into that stencil. Once it is done, you're going to lift your stencil while it is still wet, and you'll see, and it leaves us. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm going to clean up the sides there. I'm going to let that totally dry. You want it to harden up. Then I go back over it with the white chalk paint because the caulking dries to be kind of like a creamy color, and I wasn't digging that. So this is a great way, you guys, to add texture to any kind of piece. All right, now I'm holding them up and facing them towards me. That way I could see what's actually hitting like the other pumpkin, so I'm not just putting hot glue like everywhere and causing a big mess. After all three of those are attached to each other, I am going to grab some Dollar Tree twine. I will tack a little bead of glue in the back, and then I will do it on the side of the white pumpkin and the side of the brown pumpkin. And this is just going to help that twine stay in place so it doesn't sag or fall down if it ever gets, loosened up. So after I'm done with that, we are going to wrap it around twice. And then I'm just going to tie a basic little shoestring bow on this, and we are done. I love how this neutral fall decor is turning out. Totally my vibe with the wood elements and the white on it. Now, again, you guys, this is just inspiration. Use whatever colors you are vibing this fall season. And I hope you guys are getting a lot of inspiration. And if you guys are enjoying these, make sure you like and subscribe. All right, so this is the garden stake from Dollar Tree. The actual stake piece of this comes off super easy. So you can see right here, I'm just bending it back and forth a couple times and it snaps right off. So once I do that, we are going to take our pumpkin. I am going to deconstruct the raffia on the top, and then the glue, the hot glue that was on there, it just peels right off of this. Then taking White by Waverly, we are going to go ahead and paint this entire thing. So you guys can actually paint this black first and then do white over it and distress it down with sandpaper. I decided to go a different route. So I did 2 coats of the white, then taking my mini apple or plaid chip brush and antique wax, I'm going to hit the top of our pumpkin, and it shows all of the beautiful detail that is in this pumpkin. I absolutely love this. And like I said, you could do this all different colors. You could do black on the bottom and then sand it down so you could see all of it. Possibilities are endless. So after I'm done with this, I'm going to grab a wood round from Target. My girl Teresa B DIY sent me one. I'm going to take some split beads. I spritz them with some water, putting some chalk paint on them. Then while they're in the bowl, I'll go ahead and dry those up. Now I will go ahead and do our placement here on the wood round. So this is the wood round that Target was carrying for a little bit. That's white on the back, wood on this side, obviously. I'm going to take my Star Bond medium adhesive, and I am going to go ahead and attach all of our split beads around our wood round. Ooh, I'm a mess. All right, and this stuff, you guys, this Star Bond, I will leave my link and my discount code down in the description box. You guys now probably see me use it in like every video. I swear by it. My stuff does, these things will not come off. If you drop it, they are not coming off. So I'm going to go ahead and finish doing that all the way around here. Now, you guys, the final product, I totally made this crooked. Okay, so as you see right here, I'm taking a Jenga block, I put the Star Bond on it, and then I'm putting it on the line of the pumpkin. And the reason I'm doing this is because the pumpkin is so curved that if you try to lay the Jenga block like down, like inside those curves, it won't touch it. So I had to take my Star Bond, took the accelerator spray, and then put them on that raised line of the pumpkin. And then I got my detailed Surebonder glue gun, and I put a bunch on these sides. Now y'all, this came out so crooked. While it was still wet, I was able to take it off, and I put it back on, and then I put it back on even more crooked. Then I had it was, you guys, this was a mess. And let me tell you, that Star Bond didn't allow me to take it off once it was dry. So I was kind of just stuck. So anyways, I'm taking some jute cord. We're going to feed that through, tie it in a knot, do the same thing for the opposite side. And you got yourself a beautiful neutral fall wood round. I love all the details in this piece. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite one out of this video was. And I just wanted to say a big thank you for spending your time with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. I appreciate every comment, every view, every thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing, amazing week.
That's you. Go down, down, down. Welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs, you guys. What was that? I'm trying to do instead of like, hey. No. Shut up. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that first DIY. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it. And in all honesty, I am filming this in advance, so I don't even know what I've made yet, but I hope you guys are digging it. It's probably gonna be fall, who knows? But you guys, I hope you're enjoying these videos. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your time with me, for supporting me not only on this channel but other channels. And I hope you guys are enjoying your week. I hope you guys are enjoying this video and these DIYs. I hope you guys are experiencing and inspired by fall. So yeah, okay, now. Okay. This is already 3 minutes. Jeez Louise. What have I been doing? That's as good as it's gonna get today. Because I want to put my hair up. I need to finish my DIYs.